Alright, this is going to be a real life audio test of the Blue Yeti, a headset by Logitech, and a CB microphone that I rigged up to go into a 2.5 millimeter jack into the computer. Now, I'm recording right now on the Blue Yeti. I love this microphone, but it has some drawbacks. I am in the cardio mode that's used for doing a lot of voiceovers and voice recordings. I'm using Camtasia Studios 7. The only thing is that I'm going to be mimicking a real life situation because I had to go out and buy the Blue Yeti. I had to go out and buy a headset, and I couldn't find any good information on YouTube to point me in the right direction to make the correct purchase. Now, I'm sitting on a regular seat that swivels. You're probably going to hear it in the background, crinkling. All right, and that's because the Blue Yeti is so sensitive. I have the Blue Yeti set away from my face about 14 inches. I have the gain up only at 1 o'clock. I have a double screen pop filter on here with a mic stand. Now, normally you don't need a pop screen filter for doing a voiceover like I'm doing now because it's so far away from my face, but you have to be aware of the background noise. And I have a family of 3 kids, a wife, and pets, and I'm telling you, with this Blue Yeti, if they're walking above me on the floor above me, and I'm downstairs, I could hear their footsteps coming through. And I'm just gonna let you listen to some of the background noise in the house here. And I think I could pick up my air conditioning unit, and I'm gonna shut it off. And I just shut it off. Now, that's a ductless split unit that's extremely quiet. And this microphone could actually pick up that, and you could hear the phone ringing in the background. So the whole point of this tutorial is, if you're going to really do voiceovers, and I'm serious about using Camtasia 7 and doing tutorials, you have to really do your research and try to pick the correct mic. If you decide to use the Blue Yeti, make sure you're in a studio and you have a soundproof room, because this mic is so super sensitive. Even with the gain turned down, you would have to get into this microphone up close, and then it becomes an obstruction when you're doing on-screen tutorials. So right now, this is the Blue Yeti. I am going to now switch over to a Logitech headset. And you can hear my seat crinkling in the background here as I reach over to touch the key here. Alright, right now I'm recording on a Logitech ClearChat Comfort USB headset. I did pay around $39 for this headset, and I have my daughter playing in the background. She actually just barged in while I was doing the voiceover. So this is a prime example of different headsets, and hopefully the headset can narrow down some of the background noise. Especially, I have this crinking chair that creaks a lot, and I want to do voiceovers, and I have pets, and I have kids running around the background. So hopefully this noise canceling mic will give you an idea of what it sounds like as it records me, as well as background noise that's happening in the background. The only thing I don't like about this ClearChat is it doesn't have the dynamic range. When I look at the modulation on the Camtasia Studios, I'm not pumping into where it's turning into a yellow or red. So it's a very low-lined recording, and probably because it is a noise canceling microphone. So I'm going to give you a little bit of quiet noise here while my daughter is playing in the background about 7 feet away. And she's throwing a ball up and down in the air, so I don't know if you could pick up that sound or not. But this is a real life situation where you may be on a computer and you want to do some voiceovers for some internet. Camtasia 7 is what I'm using for a screen capture software. My next recording, I'm going to be using a CB microphone. Alright, right now I'm talking on a Turbo Extreme RF Limited. It's a 4-pin CB microphone with a whole bunch of features, echo functions. It could do a lot of crazy stuff. And right now I'm just talking on it with the noise reduction button is on and the echo is turned off. I'm going to play around with these echo buttons a little bit here. It's usually where I like to keep it number 2 and number 2. There's 2 different wheels here, and this gives me a little bit of echo. Now you could play around these buttons a little bit more on the fly, and it could give you even more echo or less echo, whichever one you're looking for. But it's a really cool CB microphone, and because it's a powered mic, it drives into the 2.5 millimeter jack. Very cool. Now my daughter is in the background. She's still playing. I don't know if you hear her. She's banging on the piece of plastic or something that she's playing with and running around. But this is a pretty cool microphone that I like to use on the computer. Not sure if I'll use on voiceover, but basically, I just wanted to give you another option for audio input. And this is how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, I got it back down to the normal setting here. So I'm going to switch back over to the Blue Yeti, and we're going to do a conclusion. Okay, you be the judge. I'm back on the Blue Yeti. In conclusion, you heard all the other microphones. By far, the Blue Yeti is going to give you the most and the clearest, crisp sound that there is. I just want to show you what the modulation meter is doing here on the Camtasia Studio. It's right where it needs to be. It's performing perfectly, but the only problem is you're going to pick up everything that's in your house. So if you have kids, pets, a noisy city environment, this may not be the best microphone for you. If I had to do it over again, I think I probably would have went with a Audio Technica. The 2020 USB microphones, they are killer microphones, phenomenal microphones, and you could get one used around $60. But you don't have all the features that you have on the Blue Yeti. I could hear myself in my headset as I talk, so I know if I'm getting too close or too far away. See somebody flush the toilet? I don't know if you could pick that up. It just drives me crazy. If you're going to have a Blue Yeti and you're going to have kids in the house, you should really think about getting a really good noise canceling microphone. And I just wanted to point out how sensitive this Blue Yeti is, because I have it set perfectly at the perfect range and the perfect modulation, but yet it's still picking up noise everywhere in the room. So you be the judge, and hit me with some comments. Let me know what you think, and if you have a microphone you recommend to really knock out that background noise and give me a nice deep full tonal range as I do voiceovers and screen podcasts, let me know, because I don't have the facilities to make a sound room. I really don't.